Good morning, Michael Havers here from Penn News, and today I'm in Harlow. Harlow is an Essex constituency represented by the Conservative MP Rob Halfon, and just recently when the local election results were rolling in, Mr Halfon said something very interesting. He said that Harlow was the site of the greatest comeback since Lazarus. Lazarus, of course, being the biblical figure brought back from the dead by Jesus. Now you might be wondering, what was this grand and impressive comeback that was so huge in scale that it manages to take the silver medal for comebacks despite the passage of 2,000 years of history, second only to Jesus himself? Well, I'll tell you, it was the fact that Harlow managed to keep its Tory council even though Labour were on the attack. I know, bit underwhelming. You might be thinking, well, maybe it was a really spirited defence, maybe the Tory party actually gained ground here and didn't give an inch, and now they're more in control than before, but that wasn't the case either. They lost 5 seats and their majority is down to 1. And that majority, by the way, could vanish like a fart in a hurricane, because the one councillor they're going to be depending on for that majority is currently under investigation and may lose the whip entirely. Well, there you go. And if you want to know how Mr Halfon really feels about his party's fortunes in this town, you might consider the fact that he's not running for re-election. That's right, he's going to be stepping down this year and riding off into the sunset. But what will tell you even more than that is speaking to the voters of Harlow, which we're going to do today. Let's see how they feel about this government in an election year. Tell me how you think the government's getting along this election year.
Terribly disgusting. And they're disgusting because I do not trust a word that they say. They have used and abused people, the Conservative government, since they've been in power. Benefits have gone down. Now benefits are only paid for a year. I mean, what is the problem with people who are not well, who cannot work? Do you not understand that, Rishi Sunak? Because if you see this, you need to understand, mate, that we as the people are going to attack you back. And if you was in front of me, mate, I would be arrested, because to be honest, Rishi, I don't like you. And I would be one of those who would give you a good slap across the face because of what you've done to my friends, my children, my family.
I think you're doing a fantastic job. I grew up in the 70s with Margaret Thatcher. She wanted you to do well, save hard, work hard, buy your own house, and it was great encouragement to someone who was just setting out, myself. And I'll stand by them.
Well, quite honestly, I think both sides, Tory and Labour, all the politicians are all as bad as each other.
So how do you feel the government's getting on in this election year?
Not very well.
Not very well. What do you think they're not doing well?
Everything, really. It's mostly immigration, though.
Right, okay, that's your top concern at the moment, is it?
Because they're a strain on national health.
Right.
It seems to me the government wants us all to go private.
So how do you feel the government's getting along this election year?
Not good.
Not good. What would you like to see them do better?
They have to handle the crime better, and immigration, drugs, everything.
And I look around this town and I think to myself, you don't see an old car, you don't see people begging. These people, I don't know who relies on the benefits, but probably a great deal of them. But none of them look very poor to me. You see people, shopping trolley full of food. We had rations when I was growing up. Nobody helped me out. You know, just tell me out of all these people who look starving. Look at the car park. It's full. There's not an old car there, is there?
There's my one. How do you feel the Conservative government's getting on in this election year?
So
Rough.
Totally, well, almost useless. That's all I can say.
What is it you think they should be doing better on in particular?
Well, I mean, they're running around, they're just separating migrants all over the country, sticking them in hotels instead of really getting a system going to deal with it, basically.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
So migration's the big thing for you at the moment, is it?
I would say.
Yeah.
The health service can't look after the population we've got without inviting tens of thousands more.
We've had them a long time now, and we haven't really seen a lot of improvement. I've not got nothing against the refugees coming in, but this is only a little island, and we're running out of room. And the next generation, if they want somewhere to live, there's not going to be anywhere because we're filling it up with people that are coming from another country.
I don't mind if we have asylum seekers in this country, as long as it's genuine, as long as they can do something for this country.
If we go back 25 years ago in Harlow, it's changed a lot. Knife crime, drug crime, 90% of the youngsters own drugs. They will do anything for 500
To get their next fix.
Yeah.
How do you think the government's getting on this election year?
I don't think it's good, really. When I went to a council for bidding.
Are we talking about housing now?
Yeah, housing.
Right.
Yeah. They haven't write me no letter, nothing, and they didn't tell me nothing about it because the new law changed on April the 1st. And I just, I'm not capable to bid anymore, And the government's not good here anyway.
Yeah.
He's not doing nothing about it.
And a lot of these people just don't realise what the Tory government have done for us. They just seem to want more for nothing. All these people that are on benefits, why don't they go out and help? When I was working 7 till 7, I would have appreciated someone cutting my lawn or washing my windows that I didn't have time to do during the day. Why don't these people get some little jobs to do?
This country's gone down the hill over the years.
I think it should be elections ASAP.
Right.
But
You
government
have to have
doesn't want to
election.
do that. The reason is they know they're going to lose.
Let me ask how you feel about the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. Do you have any thoughts about him?
I don't think he knows what real life is. He's rich, and he don't care about us, really.
You spend 20 grand, Rishi, on your swimming pool a week. Don't you understand how much that 20 grand would help people? But you just want to take. Give with one hand and take with the other. And we're all sick and tired of it. And I've come on camera because I'm sick and tired of it. I ain't scared of Rishi Sunak. I don't care what he wants to do. And if he wants to get me arrested when he sees this, go ahead. Get out of power. Don't come back. Don't show your face around Harlow, mate.
Yeah.
Because if I see you, Rishi, you're going to be egged, mate, and it will be me.
Well, I don't feel he's done a lot,
Right.
quite honestly. I think he's doing the best he can. I love our local MP, Robert Halfon.
Mr. Halfon, yes, of
Yeah,
course.
he's brilliant. Sad to hear that he's leaving, but
Why do you think he's leaving?
well, I think he's put so much time in. It seems he needs to concentrate on his physical side. Good luck to him.
I was going to say, he said last week that the result here in Harlow was the greatest comeback since Lazarus.
Yes, it was. Yeah, 'cause it was.
But they lost seats, didn't they? They lost 5 seats.
But the thing is, they were always a Labour government
Right.
for a long while. Unfortunately, people saw sense, and I think people were blinkered and hoodwinked.
Hello, and before we continue, can I just encourage you to drop us a like if you're watching on YouTube, and subscribe too, because it helps out the channel and it means you won't miss out on future videos. And if you found something that somebody said today disagreeable and you'd like to have a moan, please do so down in the comments. Don't drop us a dislike, because that's against the spirit of the enterprise. And yeah, can I also encourage you to check out the Pen News Substack at pennews.substack.com. That's Pen News, pennews.substack.com, where you can find our weekly Vox Pops in full with analysis, as well as all the other stories we're working on in the course of the week. And these analyses, they do take time to write up, so if you enjoy reading them, please let me know. And if you hate them, or you've never even bothered reading them, let me know that too, because they take time and I'll save myself the effort if no one cares. Alright, thanks very much, and let's carry on. If I could bring in a bit of personality into it, how do you feel about Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister?
I don't think he's doing well. I don't think he doesn't know what he's doing. Foreign people coming to this country and a lot of people dying.
You're talking about the people drowning in the channel?
Yes, because he's not doing nothing. He promised people, but they're still coming,
Does he seem like the kind of guy you might be able to go for a beer with, do you think?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so, no.
How do you guys feel about Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister?
Not at all. Not comfortable at all.
No confidence. Vote of no confidence for him.
Yeah.
You look at
He is not good for our country.
You look at what's going on in Israel right now. If government wants to stop it, they can stop it. I can assure you they can stop it, but they are not even trying.
And how do you feel about Mr. Sunak himself? How do you feel about him?
He's a young man, but doesn't seem to have a lot of go, does he?
Doesn't seem to have a lot of what, sorry?
Doesn't seem to have a lot of go.
Oh, a lot of go, right, fair enough.
Well, I don't think he listens very much, Richie. I don't think he does. I'd like that Kurt.
Oh, the Labour leader, Keir
I'd
Starmer.
like him to get in.
Right.
Or somebody else.
And how do you feel about the Labour lot at the moment?
Don't even think about them.
Don't even think about them.
Guess what I voted?
Did you vote?
Yes.
And who did you vote for then, if you don't mind me asking?
Conservatives.
You voted Conservative. Was that in the locals just recently? Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. You're not very impressed with the Conservatives, but you're still voting for them. How do you explain that?
I just always have. Whoever's in, they lie anyway, so what's the difference?
Labour's bad. Look what Labour done when they was in power. You know, they are now doing a joint venture, apparently, Labour and Conservative, called Labour Conservative. Can you not imagine what damage it's going to do?
I've got no faith in them at all. There's never anything concrete, no real plans. It's all just reactive rather than proactive.
Labour's good, I think. I always vote for Labour.
Right, okay.
I always vote for Labour, you know what I mean? Labour's good, it's doing something, you know what I mean?
What sort of change do you think Labour would make in the country at the moment?
I think Labour would be, I think the knife crime, they're going to stop that, I think. They will stop that. A lot of people died of knife crime, you know what I mean? Or they will stop the channel as well, from Dover, for crossing.
So you've got more faith in them on the immigration front as well?
Oh yes, definitely.
I don't know.
Do you think he'd be better on the topics you've mentioned about immigration and crime? Do you think
I think so. He'll be much better.
I think we need more policing, more police stations, harsher sentences for the criminals who use knives.
If I might flip the question on its head, how do you feel about the Labour side at the moment?
Even worse.
Even worse, okay.
Won't get me voting Labour for Keir Starmer or Angela Rayner for all the money in China.
And how do you feel about Mr Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party?
That's a difficult one because I kind of understand him a little bit, but he's still the same. We don't need a government. We need to govern ourselves. We don't need the police because the police are as corrupt as the government.
There's nothing that gives me any confidence or faith in what they do. They probably just take everything that I've worked hard for and all my family have worked hard for. That's what they do. They probably take it and give it to all the benefit people.
For Labour, I haven't seen him that much, but I think he's got something planned. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are following him, you know what I mean? And I think he's going to do something for the Labour. I think he's going to do something for Labour.
He's a bit wishy-washy, isn't he? He's got a different outlook on things. Maybe a different way he's been brought up, I don't know.
I'm curious, if you were to go for a drink with either Rishi Sunak or Keir Starmer, which one would you like to go for a drink with?
I think him, the Labour.
Labour guy, right, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Not Boris Johnson, please.
For the general election, have you had any thoughts about how you might vote for that?
Probably Conservative.
Probably Conservative again. I mean, it's strange, you don't seem very satisfied with them. Have you considered any other parties, or are you just, Conservative for me?
Well, I think the Green one would probably be good for the planet, but there's not enough people voting that, so there's not really a lot of point.
So you're thinking it's red or blue the next government?
Yeah.
I prefer out of the two, I'll go blue.
Probably, yeah.
I've always voted Tory. I think I probably would because it's better the devil you know than the one you don't.
Okay, so not tempted by the Labour offering at all so far?
No, definitely not.
I'm not voting.
Not voting?
And if they want to try and make me vote, try me.
Yeah. Are you not tempted by any of the smaller parties at all?
Green Party maybe, if I was to do anything, because we don't know them. And if someone you don't know, they might actually do some good and not some bad. Because this government is actually governed by a higher up.
Who's that?
I'm not going to explain that. I think you already know what I'm talking about.
Final question, have you given any thought to how you might vote this year?
Yeah, for Labour. Yeah.
100%?
100%.
Vote Tory. Keep them in. They want us to do well. Without a doubt. Me and my family would never vote for anyone else.
Well, how did you vote in the locals, if you don't mind me asking?
I voted for Labour.
Voted for Labour?
I always had, my parents did.
Would you do the same in the general, do you think?
I would, yes, I would. I'm not sure about the Green Party yet, and I'm not sure about SNP, but I've always voted Labour and my parents always did, so they can't be wrong.
Right.
I mean, my dad was 81, my mum was 90, and she always voted Labour, and I've always done it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stay at home this year for the first time in living memory.
Right, so you always voted Tory, did I hear you say that right?
Yeah.
And this is going to be the first time you'll stay at home?
Yep.
Right, okay. Sad state of affairs.
Feet up.
Nice cup of coffee, hopefully.
Cup of coffee, that's right.
Well, there you have it. Perhaps not so much a mystery as to why the people of Harlow continue to return a Conservative administration. You heard some people today saying about how they were very dissatisfied with the government, but were nonetheless going to be voting Conservative in the next election. But there were some green shoots there for the Labour Party, some people who decided that they were going to be voting Labour when the general election eventually comes, whenever that may be. That's it for this week, and we will see you next time.